subscribe and hit that like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Yes, good afternoon, top of the sauce. Um, I'm glad I'm able to get it in now. I was trying to rush because you know the moniker was to kill two birds with one stone. I wanted to get this in before I get home because once I get home, you know, depending on what's on the menu, the agenda, it kind of gets hard to really sit around and give an hour of my personal time, but it is what it is. But you see what my thesis is today. As I was watching a lot of the content creators, a lot of your favorite programmers, what I like to call them, um, I noticed, they're still speaking about fighters that are inactive because, it kind of hurts their pride. It goes against their programming, their agendas, their narratives that they have been placing on you guys for so long. But with the source, I am going to do what I do and show you the actual, like they like to say, facts. The actual facts are Tank Davis. And shout out to Rick Glacier and Coach Malachi. I had a chance to build with those brothers yesterday on the call in on True Media Today, USA Boxing. I wouldn't call Tank Davis the face of boxing, but I will call him the face of the PBC. And I'm going to get to that shortly. But also, I want to highlight and shout out my guy, World Combat Sport, because I also was on his platform as well yesterday. But like I said, my topic at hand is Tank Davis. Yes, I don't believe he is the face of boxing because in order to be the face of boxing, you have to have that international crossover. He's on his way. Um, Playback World Combat's live yesterday. Me and him was discussing a little bit of that. Like I think he needs a big splash in the Middle East, and that's the only thing that's left over. But as far as the PBC, which I'm going to get to now, shout out to my guy Toby in the building. Wagwan, Wagwan. But as far as him being the face of the PBC, it's undeniable how he said it. I don't want to curse, but it's undeniable. And I'm going to tell you why, right? And this is going to hurt a lot of you pro Spence guys, you pro Wilder guys, right? If we look over the last 12 months, 12 calendar months, uh, Earl Spence, one pay per view, Deontay Wilder, one pay per view. The big fish, the big heavyweight. Add those up, that's two. You take Tank Davis from January of 2023. This is excluding the Barclays Center last May. He has two by himself. He has two pay-per-views by himself. I'm not going to get into the numbers because numbers lie all the time. But the number that does matter is he has two pay-per-views by himself, whereas Wilder and Earl Spence have two combined, 1-1. But then let's throw in last May, because I did say the calendar. So as of May of last year, Javante Davis has done three pay-per-views in a 12 months, 11 months span, to be honest, because we're still not into May yet. So yes, that makes him the face of Premier Boxing Champion. And I know you're gonna get, like I said, these guys are trying to save face. I've seen a couple of them today still talking about fighters that are inactive. And I think the more you talk about fighters that are inactive, the more you diminish their brand, the more you diminish their value because they're not fighting. They're not fighting. Um, they have more appearances. You know the appearances, like going to award shows, appearances at pay per views, than they actually have fights. Um, Deontay Wilder did have a pay per view in October of last year. Earl Spencer's was in April of last year. Granted, Deontay Wilder, you know, from what I'm hearing, he has something big lined up. Maybe allegedly, we have to say, over there in Saudi. You know, and he's a heavyweight. Heavyweights to be all right. But Earl Spence, you know, you guys, the announcement was supposed to be Saturday that just passed. Nothing happened. But, you know, you guys are still holding on to the fact that him and Crawford may fight. We have to wait to see. But in the meantime, between time, let's talk about the present. Tank Davis is the face of the PBC. And all the pay per views and the product, because the fighters are the product, the pushing of the product points to that. Um, and I'm going to explain how it does point to that. Who is the most active out of their PBC fighters pay per view wise? Uh, Caleb Plant, David Benavidez just had a pay per view. I believe that was Caleb's second. That was David's first. Tank Davis has had three this in the past 11 months. So that eliminates those two as a possible, you know, face of the PBC. Deontay Wilder, um, three with Tyson Fury. The last one with, um, I can't even think of his spawn partner's name. Whatever, forgive me for fumbling his name. You know, that's four. He has a couple with, I believe, Luis Ortiz, at least one. I don't know if the first one was a paper, but I know the second one. So just say Wilder has about 5, 6 pay per views. But what has he done lately? See how I'm giving y'all the game, giving y'all the blueprint? And Wilder's on record to saying that he doesn't have too much time left. So that takes Wilder off of the table. Well, let's go to one of the most talked about inactive fighters on YouTube, Earl Spence. Earl Spence came out the gate. The blueprint was laid out for him to be the face of the PBC, the big fish, the big star attraction. Mikey Garcia, first pay per view. How many years ago was that, though? We'll get to that. He followed that up with another successful PPV, right? With Sean Porter, right? Then, you know, God willing, the accident came, but he was able to sustain that, survive that, recover, still recovering. But he gets Danny Garcia next. So now he's 3 in. Granted, like I said, we're not going to hold him to the flame because of, what happened with the accident. They still are behind him, trying to make him the face of the PBC. Remember, he had the Manny Pacquiao fight that was going to be a big pay per view. Probably this was when they probably most likely made the push, but unfortunately for him, he sustained a retina detach injury. He couldn't get the fight. Remember that fight was going to take place in Vegas, maybe a week out. Physicals for those of y'all that follow. And the only thing you got to do your physical. With the athletic commission, they came back that his retina was detached. He didn't get that major crossed over pay per view. Dennis Ugar steps in, defeats the legend, the old legend, Manny Pacquiao. Earl Spence recovers. He gets Dennis Ugas. He claims the third belt, but yet Dennis is Dennis. Manny is Manny. Are y'all following me? Are you following the format? What I'm laying down to you. So Earl Spence has a lot of pay per views, but they are far and in between. And when we really dissect his pay per view, which I am going to do for y'all, he is a local fixture. Danny Garcia, Dallas. Dennis Ugas, Dallas. Mikey Garcia, Dallas. Sean Porter, only pay per view outside of Dallas, LA. Now let's go over to what WCS would say is hot grease. Javante Tank Davis, aka I call him, I'm from New York, so I call him the Harlem Globetrotter. Tank Davis loves the Dawn NY hats, the Yankee hats. So the Harlem Globetrotter. Yes, he's a Globetrotter. Tank Davis has had pay per views. San Antonio, LA, Vegas, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Baltimore, DC, right? So DMV, but DC, Globe Trotter. These guys come on here and talk boxing, but they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. You know why they don't want to tell you that? Because, like I said, it goes against the narrative that they have been pushing for years upon years. In order for them to tell you this, it means that the guys that they have been programmed to program you to think were the face of what I am speaking on, the PBC, aren't. Like, yes, it was set up for Earl Spence to be it, but like I said, situations happen via car accidents and other stuff that was outside the ring. I know you guys always wanted to blame Crawford because he didn't get the Crawford fight. That's one fight. That fight can still happen. That's one fight. But see, what you guys don't really want to speak about is it's just not the Crawford fight. He had the mishap with Manny. If he would have fought Manny and beat Manny, the narrative would have been through the roof for him. Manny's a legend. But like I said, the stars, the karma, that wasn't in his plans. It wasn't in his plan. But they was trying to set him up, you know. But God had other plans. God had the plans for Tank Davis. Tank Davis is the face of the PBC, man. It is what it is. You can't forgive me for smacking on a little treat, but you can't front on that, man. If you're fronting on that, not only are you a hater, you're in denial. Um, and I seen that today. With a lot of channels in denial. You're still speaking about fighters that are inactive, man. Inactive. Right. We're going on 12 months. These guys make more appearances than they actually do fights now. But yet, content creators still want to talk about them. But you know what's the sad part is? And I've been telling y'all this. You could take all of your bots and your numbers and hundreds of people that are in your chats and all of that. The networks are telling you guys now that it doesn't matter to them no more. Do you see how fast they made the Devontae Davis Brian Garcia fight? They made that fight quick, quick. Yo, Javante Davis just had a pay per view card in January, man. January. We're still in April. He has done two pay per views, and I see you like you fans, right? You're trying to put Devin Haney in the mix, right? Devin first don't got to get past Lomachenko, but not only does he have to get past Lomachenko, he has to do some type of numbers. And from the people that are pushing his narratives on YouTube, I don't think he's going to do the numbers. Because if we look at you guys' track record as far as supporting boxing, all we have to do is look at this weekend. How many of you guys actually attended Javante's fight? How many of you guys did fight parties, though? All right? What was your actual boxing coverage for Javante's fight? I seen a popular channel, right? Um, he covered a couple of events, but the actual fight card, he wasn't there. I was like, that's odd. Maybe they didn't give him a credential or something. But you would think he would still go to the fight. But then I thought about it. I said, I know why he didn't go to the fight. Because if you go to the fight and you have this moniker as that you're bigger than the game, your platform is bigger than the networks, but yet you can't get an eighth of the content that the networks get. Like, you're not getting no locker room access. You know why? The Ross podcast got that. So it made sense why certain platforms that are known to cover premier boxing champion events, they don't want to pull up. Hopefully y'all are catching the sauce. I got three people in here. Salute for that. Hopefully I got 3 likes. I can't really see because I am, doing my thing. Mr. Kill Two Birds with One Stone. I'll throw the camera on for y'all real quick so y'all can see. Look. Oh, put the camera over here. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me, man? Got my water. Look, I gotta do the water like this now, man. It started getting tough for me. But when I put it in a cup like this, I can get it down better. When I look at that jug, I get frustrated because it's like, oh man, I'm not putting a dent in it. With a couple of those glasses, it goes down. But yes, man, I don't say that Tank is the face of boxing yet, but he's on his way, man. He's definitely on his way, but he definitely is the face of premier boxing champion. And it's not up for debate, man. It's not up for debate. And please tell me I'm hating on Earl Spence. I'm hating on Wilder. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Please let me know that I'm hating on these guys. I can't hate on fighters that had their career. They had their day in the sun, which what I'm telling you is what is the fact. Let me raise the seat up. There we go. Can y'all see me? There we go. Raise the seat up. I ain't trying. I don't like when the seat is this high. I can't drive like that for some reason. I'm not one of those drivers. I like to sit low riding. But yeah, please tell me I'm hating, man. I posted some of my content in these boxing groups, right? And you know what I did this time? I switched up my profile picture, right? I switched my profile picture. I used one of my profile. Shout out to World Combat. That World Combat shot of me shooting an actual prize fight, right? Because when I post my content in these groups, um, I want the people to see my actual growth in the game. Because I know a lot of people thought that by them um, not listening to me on YouTube or not liking my content on social media, that it was affecting what I had going on in real life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't affect it. Like, this right here, that's why if you notice what I said as I started the show, right? Um, I like to do my content now while I'm still in this uniform. Because when I go home, unless I have a StreamYard interview with a fighter, but I have been leaning away from doing that. And the only reason I've been leaning away from doing that because I want to set up a website. I want to get a functioning website. That way, when I do start interviewing fighters, I could just put my content on my website that I own, the Dominion and all that stuff. Because I noticed when it comes to interviewing fighters and speaking to fighters, YouTube is not big on that. Depending on who you are, if you're one of their favorites, because with YouTube it's a popularity thing, right? It's not about content, but when it comes to interviewing and all that, it's a popularity thing. But when it comes to taking still frame pictures, that's why you see I switched my game. I'm a photographer. My man calls me Peter Parker, aka Spider Man. Now, yeah, that's what I do. I'm taking this photography thing very serious. I put out some fire frames today. I took my time. That's why I didn't come on earlier because I was editing. I was playing with my editing software, and I put some content out, pictures. But I can do an interview a week if I wanted to with fighters because I speak with fighters daily, and real fighters recognize real. Like I talk to coaches daily. It's nothing for them to come on my platform and us just share a conversation. Because that's really pretty much all the interview is with me now. It's just me sharing of a conversation with somebody that is in the game. Hopefully you are catching the sauce. Like yesterday, me and my colleague WCS, that was dope, man. I was on him. He was just, you know, chopping it up, man, shooting the breeze, man. You know, dope time. I was on his panel. It was dope, man. And shout out to Coach Malachi, man. Coach Malachi, I've been calling Coach Malachi show for a long time. I finally got through yesterday. And you know what the crazy thing is? I was on my way home and he picked up and I was like, please do not lose service. Do not drop this call. Do not drop this call. And I was able to talk with Rick Glacier. That was my second time talking to Rick Glacier. The first time I talked to Rick Glacier was on WCS's WCS had him on. And I asked Rick Glacier an advice as because contrary to what these other YouTubers and guys want to say, Rick Glacier is an insider with many years. And I asked him, what advice would you have for a young upstart boxing insider? And when I was asking for myself because I am an insider. Regardless of how y'all want to slice it, dice it, or what's the name, I'm an insider, man. I'm a real insider. Unlike a lot of these other guys with sources and this, that, and the third. I'm a true insider. You know, the work speaks for itself. The work speaks for itself. But back to my thesis, Tank Davis is the face of the PBC, man. I can't take that away from him. He's right there on the verge of being pretty much one of the faces of boxing. You know, the thing that kind of might hinder him from doing that, like I said, he needs that big international fight. We was discussing a couple possible opponents. Um, you know, I just don't think like, and I've seen a lot of people were mad how he does Devin Haney, but that is their blueprint. Um, they don't build up other fighters. They're not doing that. They never have, never will. That's just not what they do over there. You know, they look at it as if, as you know, they um they built Tank up. You know, and it is what it is. Like you got to get in line. So I know you guys are pushing for Devin. Yo, Devin's best bet is to concentrate on what he has going on with Lomachenko, right? I know everybody was mad about a video that I did yesterday with the 5 heartbeats and all that. No, he was looking like Flash. But his best bet is to concentrate on Lomachenko, right? And just leave Tank alone, man. Like I know this is the last fight of his deal. Um, Me and WCS was discussing that. As far as it's going to be hard to negotiate with him, but regardless if you have the belts or not, you're not A side with Tank. You know, you're not A side with Tank. It's just not gonna happen. You can have 7 belts, it still won't happen. So if you really want to flex that A side thing, I think if you get past Lomachenko, your best bet is to try to fight Shakur Stevenson. To I don't know, do a one off with Top Rank and try to fight Tank. I mean, try to fight Shakur. Because if you try to go into negotiations with Tank Davis, thinking because you have the belt, that is leverage, good luck. Good luck. Let's see what Tove said. Tove, I appreciate you, my guy. He said I hit the like on the way in. You always do, man. True supporter, man. He said other than you, other YouTubers got sources, but Showtime Shah is the only source. That's a fact, man. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, that's what he needs to do, man. Take care of Lomo, right? Which might not be an easy task, depending on what Lomo shows up. And then, like you and Shakur could do something together. Or, like I said, you wait out and see what happens with Taylor and um Lopez, you know, because this I'm telling you, just to be, and I'm saying this from a place of I'm not trying to clown or just this is listen. I know you thinking the dudes on YouTube that your pops, y'all are in bed with, their narrative's gonna help you out. It's not. It's it's just not, man. It's not. Um, they are a cancer when it comes to, and you know what's crazy, right? I was watching a lot of them today, right? They already are going with the spin off that you might get cheated. See, that's not like, bro. What are they? What are they doing? Yeah, what are they? Now you're gonna get cheated? Like that? That's the new thing that you might get cheated. Why? Why would they cheat you? You know, you're the younger, superior fighter. This is a guy, and we got to go off of what you, your team, the YouTube has been pushing forever. Lomachenko has been ducking you for years. Now you finally got him old, quote unquote, and not up to par. So why they're gonna cheat you? No, you should just mop the floor with him. He's old. You know, you looked very strong and sturdy. That's your media workout, so it shouldn't be a problem. But the problem is going to come is because, like I said, the people, quote unquote, that are behind you on the internet on this, these are the same guys that when it came to Terrence Crawford, he was top ranked Toby. Um, but now, since you have been locked in with top rank, and this is your third and final fight, that narrative is, it's not really there, but neither is their presence. Like I said, you last, what was that, Thursday? I think it was Thursday was your media workout, right? None of them was there. Only one. None of them was there. Hopefully it'll be at your fight, man, May 20th. Hopefully they'll pull up. Maybe you might have to fly a couple of them in, you know? Like they might have to hit the YouTube one, fly them in or something. I don't know. I don't know. Trying to give y'all an hour. Been rocking for 30 minutes. You know me, Mr. Kill, two birds, one stone. But yes, man, your best bet, stay over there, because I'm going to tell you, I don't never really see you getting a tank fight, man, because you know how they do business over there. From what I'm hearing, always got to say alleged, um, you came up over there, so to say. You was a Mayweather type guy. Wasn't Senior kind of down with you in the beginning, right? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be hearing wrong things. I am just a YouTuber, but Senior was down with you in the beginning, was one of the original trainers or, guys that was part of the team. He was with Showbox early on, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I could be hearing wrong things. And then, you went off and got the bag with Matchroom. To each his own. It's a free capital society. But I just thought that maybe you was going to end up over there with them. But it never happened. And if you know anything about them, when I say them, look, the people over there, they kind of tend to hold grudges. And I'm just going off of what I have seen. How many years, 12 years a slave is the movie? How many years did they not want to do business with Demetrius Andrade? Maybe two weight divisions. From 54 to 60. Now he's at 68. But they're finally willing to come to the table. But at first, right? At first, they will never give him a fight again. Remember, they're on record to saying that. Those guys over there. That's just their mentality. Remember, another one of their fighters, and this is them underneath their same umbrella. He's on record to say that he would never fight one time Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman never gave him the opportunity. That's just their mentality over there. But yet, you see the common denominator is all the fighters that I named, all what color is your mother? All of them look like me. What color is your mother, right? But yet, they don't want to break bread with what color is your mother, right? Thurman, Andrade, Devin. But it's supposed to be power to the people. Us brothers got to stick together. Did my sources get too deep for y'all? Did I just take it somewhere where I wasn't supposed to take it and kind of open your eyes and unclog your ears? Did I? Did I say I tend to do that sometimes, but it all makes sense if you really listen. Like, hey, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber, man. I'm just a YouTuber that caught a break, man. You know, shout out to my nephew, one of the hottest young hitters in the game. You know, gave me an opportunity, a job, you know, and now, I get to travel. I get to experience a lot of things that I always dreamed about. You know, I always dreamed about. I always said it. You know, now I get to really actually do it. And I heard, speaking of my nephew and all that, I seen rumors uh, starting to surface about Jared Anderson's possible opponent July 1st. Man, mm, we have to wait and see. I'm not going to speak on it, but man, that is what I'm hearing, and that is the fight, man. That's a big step up fight for him in Toledo in his backyard, Ohio. I gotta get this water down, y'all. Now, if I dip off, right, it's only to use the bathroom. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You know what I mean? That's under the 4 o'clock mark right there. Agua. You gotta drink your agua, man. Salute to the three people that's in here with me, man. I would put my stream out there. I don't do that no more, man. I used to always do that. Now, like yesterday was cool, man. Chopping it with combat and all that. I don't like to put my stream out there no more, man. I really feel like changing my number, but I can't afford to change my number yet, you know, because that is the Seymour's line. It's the line for a lot of things. But instead, I'm going to change my number. It is what it is. I got to. It's too many people that's calling me now that should have been calling me, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like, why are you calling me now? You know? Wow. Oh, you must have found out, huh? It's too late, though, man. It's too late. It's too late, though. It's too late. You see, well, with me, I don't answer, right? It's because I know your number. Yeah, sauce be all this ish, right? Mm. But yeah, shout out to Tank Davis, the face of the PBC, on verge of being the face of boxing. He has, yeah, listen, it's there for him, man. It's there for him, man. And I want to say this. Um, I'm proud of this guy, man, because I've been on record giving him a hard time. Because I remember when he knocked the phone out of one of my guys' hands, I really, I didn't like him. I didn't, because I took that kind of personal. I did, because I attended many fights with the guy that he knocked the phone out of his hands up and down the East Coast, Philadelphia, Jersey. We traveled many times, and I know that guy. So I was like, yo, how dare you? How dare you? You know. But just to see where he has come from and grown, you know, with all of the legal stuff that he has, and he bounced back, man. It could have really went left for him, man. Like I just hope, with this new success, he just stays out of trouble. I know I was seeing people speak on that he might end up doing some time, or they might. I don't think so, because now that he's winning, and it's one thing about when you're winning and you're making money and you're making money for others, they will protect you. They will protect you. And I'm going to use Earl Spence as a prime example. Earl Spence flipped the Ferrari or the Lamborghini, whatever it was, drunk. It was documented. I believe he was even arrested and charged for that. But what was Earl Spence doing? He was making, and go back to earlier when I was speaking on, The city of Dallas, Jerry Jones, so much money. Three out of his last, or three out of his four. How many pay per views has he done? Four, right? Porter, Garcia, two Garcias, Ugas, right? Four. Three out of his fours was in Dallas. So he's making Dallas a lot of money. What did they do for his charge? They swept it underneath the rug, right? It disappeared. See, when you're making the right people money, or the right people are making money off of you, charges tend to disappear. Or not disappear, get like this. Swept underneath the rug. And you know how that works, right? Give you a quick insight on how that works. 9 times out of 10, a lot of these, professionals, when I say professionals, the lawyers, the big execs, that's all the way up here at the top, tippy top. You know where they go meet at? On the golf course. They go out there, they shoot some golf. They have their expensive cigars, their cocktails, and they go, like I said, they do a round of golf. They get out on the par four, seventh hole, and they might be out there on the greens and just shooting the breeze. This is what it's going to take to get rid of that. That's where deals are done. The deals are done out there. How do I know this? Because before I was the source, I used to work as a caddy many years ago. Many years ago, at a lot of prestigious golf clubs. Yes. And I would see this take place. Young, not really understanding, but as I got older and I come to realize who some of these people were, and I knew what was taking place. If that makes any sense to you. What do you think judges and lawyers, DAs meet at? They do after hour things too, right? You don't think they're just that judges and lawyers and politicians and guys like that. You don't think they like to sip on alcohol and do things like that too? Of course they do. But you know what they do with that? Like what I just said, in the country club, spots like that, man. The cigar lounges. Y'all ever been to a cigar lounge? You ever been to a cigar lounge? Have you ever heard of cigar lounges? Know what I mean? You ever been to a cigar lounge? Of course, Toby, you remember that, right? Yeah, I was walking the golf course out there, man. Great comment. Said Showtime was walking the golf course in Tulsa as a media marketing manager. He was rubbing shoulders with the oh man. They don't know about those spots, man. They don't know about those spots. You're like my man Drew. You're giving away my secret identity, man. You're giving away my secret identity. You know? I can't wait to go back to Tulsa, man. I had a blast, man. And I was sleeping on Tulsa, man. I did not want to go. I was like, when that date came and I knew that was the fight, I was like, ah, man, why? I was like, why? Why is it this? Why do this Oklahoma slept on it? Probably had the best. Now, listen, work wise, and I was alcohol free. I didn't gamble. I was in a casino. I probably got some of the look. Some of these pictures that I'm posting right now. Look, I'll throw one up right now. I got some of the best content. Um, I just had an overall blast, man. I mean, like, the time of my life, man. So much work got done. Um, yeah, man, it was like the time of my life. I throw this one up there. This is a nice clean frame right here. Well, I throw that up there. Look at that frame, man. Look at that frame. But yeah, I had a blast at Tulsa, man, and I can't wait to go back, man. And the food, man, I think the food too. With that their baked potatoes out there is different, real good eats, barbecue. And I said this, I was on record saying even the white people can cook out there. The white people, man, great chefs, man. They fried chicken different. The white people. We had some chicken tenders after the fight. Oh my God. Yeah, you would have thought you would have thought there was some sisters back there, man. You would have thought they had the sisters back there frying that chicken up, but it wasn't, man. But shout out to the good people of Tulsa, man. Definitely had a blast, man. You know, definitely. It was eye opening. But yeah, I'm at the 46-minute mark. Gave y'all some sauce, man. Like I said, Tank Davis is the face of the PBC. It is what it is. He knocked. I don't really think Earl Spence ever was. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, it was Wilder. But see, when Wilder took the L, right, and Tyson Fury, he lost his crown. It was set up for Earl Spence to be, but um, oh yeah, I told you he was gonna get that. Word, man. I told you he was gonna get that, man. You got a couple. Yeah, you got the one. Well, I think we might have been walking through to the um we was going to some type of meeting. The first one you got, but then you got the hard one you got was in the locker room when I was alive. I was alive after when we was getting all the phone calls. That one right there, Toby, is history, man. When Jahad becomes the world champion, they can never erase that one, man. We was in the locker room. All the big wigs was calling them. That was special, man. That was special for real. But definitely salute to you, man. Everybody over there in the UK. I gotta renew my passport. Cause listen, in a second, Jihad is gonna be international. And we have plans of fighting abroad. Abroad. You know what that means? Abroad. So I definitely gotta renew my passport. I let it I let it lapse. But you know why I'm kind of lazy? Because you can get a passport the same day, you know? But I think I might. Well, nah, I can't do it this weekend because I told them I will come in again, man. See, I'm getting spoiled to this OT on the weekend, man. I like it. I like it. This week I'm not cutting grass. I'm gonna be hauling, so I said definitely come in for that. I asked, yeah, they got me last week. This week I asked. I said, what am I going to be doing? Not that I, don't mind cutting grass, but I was like, nah, if I gotta cut grass again, I'll sit this one out. I'll do some post office runs, move a little seed more, things of that nature. But they were like, no, Sean, you be with the tree crew. That's my God. I don't mind being with my guys, the tree guys, you know. But it is what it is, but knock this water out. Mm. Yo, before I go, I always love to share. Let me play this video right here. This video is circulating all over social media right now. I want to share it with y'all. I'm getting nicer with putting videos together, man. It takes time. That's why um I like doing my lives when I'm here. So that when I do go home I can sit at the desk a little bit and try to put some stuff together for y'all. You know? But this is the joint I put together last night. Um, this one fire, hot grease right here. This is hot grease. Couple of comments I got on it. You could tell dudes be like fanboys. They be mad, but real recognize real. I'm a content creator on YouTube. Real people like it. Haters and jealous dudes. Like I said, if your favorite channel that you are programmed by did this, it'll be brilliant. But when it comes from somebody that you're not accustomed to showing you that side, I'm a hater, I'm mad, I'm jealous. No, you are just exposed. But check this source out that I put together last night.
When the undisputed champion turns into Flash from the Heartbeats.
On the stage, captivating the crowd, and Flash, aka Devin Haney, who is the king with the belts, is admiring the king on the ropes. Once again, Combat, thank you for having me.
Man, it's so obvious. You really want to be Tank Davis. Got him.
He definitely does want to be Tank Davis, though. You know that? He definitely does want to be Tank Davis because Tank Davis is the face of the network right now. Is Devin Haney the face of Top Rank? No. Is he close to being the face of Top Rank? No. He is undisputed. You know, you can't take that away from him, but is he the face of a network? And Tank Davis is the face of the PBC, man. They're not going to tell you that because in order for them to tell you that, that means that Earl Spence isn't the big fish. You know, that's a tough one for them to swallow, especially when they've been pushing that needle. You know, especially when they've been pushing that needle. That's a tough one to swallow. But look at this one I put together as well. Like I said, my skills are turned up, man. I want to go home and do a couple more of these. You know, it's almost that time. I want to do a couple more of these. Take my seed. Hey, yo, Dave, man. Dave, you gotta cut the check, man. I can't keep giving you these. You gotta cut the check, Dave.
You can fool the fans on the internet, but when the fans that go to the fights really know you like that.
The first round, this cat, was it, what shall I say, Tucker?
Tucker.
First round, my man Tucker, I was like, oh man, this kid is supposed to get mollywopped, right?
Yeah.
And then he showed me he was like that. I was like, oh man, this kid can fight. Like,
Yeah.
Like this little motherfucker be in the gym.
Yeah. Appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah.
You know the vibes. Yeah. Tulsa, what up, though? He said it, I didn't. You know the vibes.
Yeah, shout out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. That definitely was dope. You know, that was an actual supporter. You know, we was leaving, we was exiting out stage right. You know, I think we was on our way to the food court, right? But we was exiting out, and my man seen us, and he was like, "Yo," and I happened to, you know, that's my job, media marketing agent. I caught that on, you know, the well, I put it together. I recorded it and I put that together, man, as the media marketing agent. Hopefully I ain't forgetting nothing, man. It's around that time, man. It's time to hit the clock. I'm gonna go through the mechanic shop, man. I'm gonna take the shortcut. It's around that time, man. Oh, I left my hat, man. It's all good though. Ain't nobody going to my rig. But yes, man, everybody be blessed. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna leave my hat. I'm gonna get my hat. You know, I know exactly where it's at. It's on this side of the truck. That's why I almost left it. See, when you ride solo dolo, right? You don't have people with you. See my vest. Matter of fact, let me take my vest on too, man. Shake my vest. And I've been, you see, I'll be leaving my stuff in my truck, man. I just be leaving all my stuff in my truck. That's not cool, right? Take some of my gear home, man. I'll be leaving my vest in here. Take my stuff home, man. Oh man, take my stuff home, man. Make sure I got everything up out of here now. My bad, y'all. I told you that that water is the truth. That water be running through you, man. But yeah, another day in the books, man. He said, I'm surprised Steven Espinosa didn't give Tank an exclusive deal for staying on Showtime. He brings the viewers to Showtime. To viewers to Showtime should be compensated accordingly. You're right. You're right. But then didn't they say he does have a deal with the network? Toby, see, I don't really get into those people's business over there. I just don't, man. But I heard isn't that what they said that he's no longer with Mayweather? And then, but it didn't look that way. But you never know. But supposedly he has the deal with the network. What's going on, Tom? You know who's getting 205? Yeah, the big Mac truck. Oh, I think that's going to Oprah with the pavement. Oh, that's what they're using that for? Yeah, I think they got 3 of them, but only 2 came so far. Okay, and they're all going to Oakwood. Yeah, they're asphalt. Yeah, for the grader. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got some new joints, man. I got to be on top of that. I may have to get transferred over. I want one too. See, it's always good to break bread with your guys. Word, I should have showed y'all the joints when they was in here. Yeah, when I tell you them joints is like monsters, they beautiful. Hey, my joints are. Yeah. It's all wax stuff. Ready to go. There we go. Yeah, we do. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Do it again. Yeah. Oh my God, WCS in the building. WCS, what's going on? Just checking out. And they see I don't be rushing out of here no more. You know what I mean? Ain't no need to rush out of here. I gotta see what's going on with the new joints, man. Yeah, if you see how this did them, they got three of them. He said they got three. Only two came in. Joints is nice, man. They might have, yeah, they might have to. All right, you ready? Have a good night. I have been. I have been. Right, it's hilarious. You tell me behave myself. I have, man. Yeah, today is officially 3 months, 90 days. I mean, 90 days, taking it day by day. None of that celebrating. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. You know, I'm gonna try to get y'all some videos later, man. Get at the desk, but I told you I've been on my photography, man. I got so many frames, and I'm getting nicer with the editing software. I mean, it takes time, man. When you really trying to perfect your pictures, it takes time, man. It takes time. Oh wow, we are out. Y'all gonna say, what I do with my kids? All right, y'all. I don't know how good the service is going to stay up. It should be all right. Should be all right. Got everything right here. What's that? I take this home for Rena. I know Rena enjoyed over. It look like it want to rain though, man. But listen, man, everybody be great. See, I grab my crown. It's good to have these on, right? Cause see, when you don your municipality, your government issue gear out here. I see right now I don't got my seatbelt on, right? And if I ride past the police, they give me a pass, right? Let's say I had on my sauce truck I had or something, right? And I roll past the police like this without my seatbelt on, I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. Yeah, they'll jump on me in a heartbeat. But when they see, the uniforms like this, they know I'm a government employee. They give me a pass. I remember one day I was coming home from work. I had on my attire like this, and where I live at, the parkway is right there. As soon as you get up the parkway, it's a nice little stretch. Y'all must have came through doing like 80. I didn't see that. I didn't see them in the cut. Man, they pulled me over. They had the radar out. But when he seen my uniform, that's why I said, let me go back and get my hat, man. He seen my uniform. I gave him my ID, seen I had a CDL. And he gave me a pass, man. But you know how expensive that ticket would have been? Woo, man. That's why, let me see how I double back. I was like, nah, let me go get my hat. I was like, let me go get my hat, man. But listen, man, I'm a sign out, man. I hit my hour mark. Appreciate everybody that was in here. WCS, Toby. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. This has been the Source Experience. Once again, congratulations to Tank Davis for becoming the face of the PBC. If these other content YouTube creators don't tell you it, the Source will definitely tell you it. They can push as many narratives as they want for inactive fighters, but the numbers don't lie. Tank Davis is on his third pay-per-view in less than 11th month, his second in less than 4. Those are the numbers that only matter. Who is the network pushing? Who are they putting out? Who are they signing the fights for? Hopefully you caught and enjoyed this sauce. Zaga, Yaga. You know the vibes. Ahala.
Oh my gosh, he's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina. I'm taking a video. You want to be famous? Go on, down.